confident, but I still have my moments, baby. That's just me.
I just like didn't even do my hair because I didn't know what to do with it. Like, holy shit. Oh my god. Does it look better if I... No, it doesn't.
Hopefully you guys can see all my confidence through this blue eyeshadow, but...
Hey y'all, it's Kendollarz here, and I'm coming back at y'all today with a brand new video. Today we're going to talk about a topic that I think is so important in our personal growth and our success, and that is confidence. I haven't always been the most confident person. I used to be extremely insecure about my body, insecure about who I am as a person and what I bring to the table. Confidence has been one of the key tools to my success. Confidence is what brought me here to YouTube. Confidence is what brought me to Toronto, and confidence is what made me the person that I am today, because if I wasn't confident in myself, I don't think I would have been able to accomplish all the things I have at such a young age. So, in this video, I want to talk to you guys about some of the key steps in becoming a more confident you. So tip number 1 is know your worth. Know your worth.
Know your worth.
At the end of the day, there is only one you in the world, and you are priceless. No one can do you better than you're doing yourself. You should never feel like you're settling, because at the end of the day, you owe it to yourself to go out there and get all the things in life that you deserve. So tip number 1, know your worth. Don't accept anything less. Don't compromise with people, and don't you dare motherfucking settle. Okay? Tip number 2 is
never speak negatively about yourself.
Because if you speak negatively about yourself, if you're constantly putting yourself down, then it makes it okay for other people to put you down, and it also gives them ammunition against you, because if you're constantly going around pointing out your insecurities, then they're gonna know what makes you tick and they're gonna use that against you. I truly believe in the law of attraction. Everything that you put out into the universe is gonna come back around in full circle. So if you're constantly going around being like,
I'm fat,
I'm ugly, like, nobody wants to hear that. When you're constantly telling yourself that you're fat or you're ugly or you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not rich enough, if you're constantly telling yourself that, you are gonna begin to believe that. So positive self-affirmation is so important. You need to look yourself in the mirror and just give yourself some credit. We are our own worst critics, and we're so hard on ourselves. We will tell ourselves things that aren't even necessarily true about ourselves. So I think it's very important to big up yourself. If you're speaking about yourself, speak about yourself in a positive light. Instead of always pointing out your negative flaws, why don't you point out some of the positive traits that you have? You might not be the prettiest person, you might not be the smartest person, but you could be caring. It's important to know your weaknesses, but don't beat yourself up over your weaknesses, your flaws, your shortcomings. Just know that, so that you know what you need to do to improve in your life. That's so important, the law of attraction and speaking things into existence, because what you speak becomes your reality. The next tip is
don't compare yourself to anybody, boo-boo.
Because at the end of the day, you can never be them and they can never be you. So there's no sense in comparing yourself to somebody when you're on your own mission, you're in your own lane, you're doing your own little thing. There's no sense comparing yourself to the next girl. We see so much in the media that is smoke and mirrors. We see girls on Instagram and we set unrealistic expectations of what we need to look like based on what we're seeing on a day-to-day basis. And honestly, going online, scrolling through Instagram, speaking on my own behalf, that can make you miserable. You're constantly comparing your life to somebody else's highlight reel. Do you think somebody's gonna go on Instagram on a bad day looking raggedy as fuck and post?
No.
These IG models aren't doing that, and everybody has their down days. Even Kim Kardashian has her bad days, and that's just the way she goes. Never compare your life to somebody, because you don't know what they did to get in their position. You don't know the steps they took or what they had to go through, positive or negative, to get to where they are today. Some of us are on our first chapter. Some of us are just beginning in life. How are you gonna go and compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 18? Just focus on you, your path, your money, your bag, your future, and don't worry about what Peter, Paul, and Kate are doing over there, because that's none of your business anyhow. That's definitely a very important tip, is never compare yourself to others, especially people online, because the virtual world is so fake. We only see what people want us to see. People take 100 photos just to get that one photo that's good enough to post on Instagram, and that's coming from me, girl. I know that girls be out here using Facetune, doing the whole 9 yards just to get that one simple Instagram picture. So never compare the real you to what you're seeing seeing online.
Period.
Even me, I'll be scrolling through Instagram, seeing everyone on their best day, and it makes me feel like I'm not good enough, or like, oh, I wish I looked like that. But at the end of the day, embracing your insecurities is gonna put you ahead further than worrying about what you don't have. Focus on what you do have. The next thing I want to say is
you are your own worst critic.
And definitely don't forget that, because we are harder on ourselves than anybody else is ever going to be. We know deep down what we want and what we're capable of, and when we aren't living up to that, we tend to beat ourselves up. Any little flaw we have, we pick ourselves apart. It's crazy. I bet you that thing that you hate most about yourself, the next person over there didn't even notice. They don't see that because they see your heart and they see the person that you are. Sometimes it's hard to see in ourselves what others see in us. I always say to myself, oh, I wish I had bigger hips. I wish I had a more snatched waist. I wish I had this, that, and the next thing. There's always gonna be something that we don't have. We've been told since birth that you can't have everything. You can't have it all, and that is so true. So you just need to learn to love yourself where you're at while trying to get to where you wanna be. Don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself a little credit. Cut yourself some slack. You're doing the best you can. We all have our shortcomings. We can all improve in certain areas, but just knowing that and being self-aware is so huge. So the next thing I wanna talk about is
Cocky versus confident.
I know a few motherfuckers who seem to be getting that shit twisted. There is a fine line between what's cocky and what's confident. Confident is loving yourself, knowing who the fuck you are, going into the world with your head held high because you know what the fuck you bring to the table. That's confidence. Once you have that, once you've reached that place, no one can ever take that away from you. Cocky on the motherfucking other hand, and I have cocky tendencies. I think we all do. Once you're feeling yourself, it's easy to like cross that line. Let me tell you. Cocky, somebody who goes around like,
I'm the best, no one can even step to me, I'm that nigga, I'm that bitch.
That's cocky, and you shouldn't have to state that you're that nigga. I feel like cocky people self-proclaim themselves a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, cocky people will be like, I'm the best.
Period.
I'm that nigga.
Period.
They just have that certain je ne sais quoi that's like,
So tell me how you're the best. What makes you the best?
cocky people tend to have a need to prove themselves, and to me, if you feel like you have to prove yourself to anybody, it means that you're not okay within, and that makes you insecure. So cocky to me is the same thing as being insecure. You shouldn't have to ever step on anybody else to do that, which brings me to my next point. If you're a hating ass bitch, if you have to put that next girl down to make yourself feel better and build yourself up, then you are not a confident person. You are a hater, and you really need to check yourself twice. A confident woman knows that another woman's beauty is not the absence of her own. You should be able to look at a girl who you think is beautiful and compliment her, give her accolades, give her a little clap, give her a little pat on the back. You shouldn't have to go and talk that shit in hopes of making somebody else seem less appealing. Not everything's a competition, because what God blessed you with, what's yours, no one can take away from you anyways, and you just need to be confident that your path is your path, and no one can come in and take from you what was rightfully yours to begin with. Whether that's a guy, another girl comes along and they end up together and now you're mad, you're jealous. That guy was never yours to begin with, because if he was, he wouldn't have left you for the next girl. You just need to move on, and honestly, no man, no other female, no nothing is worth your inner peace. So if they want each other,
fine, have each other.
Because at the end of the day, I know my worth, and I know that there is another nigga that will see me for who and what I am, and that's the guy who deserves me. If a guy's gonna play you for a next bitch, he doesn't even deserve you. If you're at home being loyal while he's out there doing the dirty with the next girl, he doesn't even deserve you. You're like, what?
You're like, what?
You're sitting at home waiting for this nigga who has no respect for you, obviously, let alone himself, because he's out at the club with some girl who does this every weekend when he has a loyal and beautiful girl at home.
No.
Know your worth. Pack your motherfucking bags. I don't care if you have to throw his stuff all over the front lawn. Whatever you gotta do to wash your hands with that bullshit and move on, you gotta do that, boo. Like, you gotta do that, because you can't claim to be confident or be confident if you're letting some nigga or some other female, or even your family, friends, parents, like, I don't care, if you're letting them disrespect you and make you feel any type of way that's not happy and healthy, then you're doing yourself a disjustice. Sometimes you gotta step beyond what you know, because the people around you might be the ones that are actually causing you to feel some type of way. Like, I swear to God, if you're somebody who loves fitness, you love the gym, you love to look good, and you believe looking good is feeling good, if you get in a relationship with somebody who doesn't have the same values as you, and you guys start, I don't know, getting comfortable, you're not going to the gym as often, you're not looking the way that you used to, you're not doing the things that you loved prior to the relationship, then maybe that's not the person for you. That person's dragging you down, and maybe that person's the problem. You're not feeling as confident. It might not even be you. It might be who you're surrounding yourself with. At the end of the day, you gotta be smart enough to see that and know that and think to yourself, like, is this really the person for me? Is this really what I want to be doing with the rest of my life? Is this person really making me better? Because if not, snip snip, baby girl, life is too short. The next thing I'm gonna say is,
how you see yourself dictates how other people see you.
If you believe in yourself, if you know you're that bitch, if you go into the world with confidence and exude that, people are gonna believe it too. If you're sure of yourself, people are more likely going to be sure of you as well. So how you see yourself and how you view yourself is definitely how the world is going to perceive you as well. That goes back to knowing your worth. If you know your worth, the world's going to know it too. Shout out to RuPaul. I'm a firm believer that if you don't love yourself, how the fuck are you gonna expect anyone else to love you? It's gonna be really hard to convince somebody else to love you when you're not even convincing yourself, you know? The next thing I'm gonna say is there's always gonna be somebody prettier than you. There's always gonna be somebody smarter than you. But you need to be confident enough to know your path, know what road you're on, what avenue you're taking, and you just need to go there. You shouldn't have to put people down to make yourself feel better. You shouldn't have to convince people of your worth. You just need to embody your worth. And the next thing I'm gonna stress here is,
not everybody is gonna like you.
You just need to accept the fact that you're not everyone's cup of tea, and that is perfectly fine, because I'm pretty sure you don't like everyone, so you can't expect everyone to like you. Some people I'm like, you don't like me? Good, great. I don't even have to have you in my presence or in my personal realm. You need to accept that not everyone's gonna like you and not try to please everyone. Not everyone is worth you groveling or bending over backwards to make them happy. You need to worry about making yourself happy before going and people pleasing everybody. And if everybody likes you, you need to look at your life, boo. Like, what the fuck do you stand for? I know I have haters, but that's because I have certain things and certain values that I believe in that may clash with other people, and that's life. That's conflict. It's inevitable. It's all about how you deal with it. If you're confident in an idea and somebody breaks your idea down or tells you that your ideas or your plans are stupid, who cares? Not everyone's gonna see your vision, and that's fine, because I'm sure you've heard some ideas that you're like, that's fucking whack.
Throw the whole idea away.
Throw that whole idea in the trash bin. Seriously. So not everyone's gonna see your vision. Sometimes things don't flow. Sometimes things clash, and that's where you grow from. That's where you learn about yourself. You learn so much about yourself from other people. Like, you might see a trait in somebody that you really love, and you might say,
I love that my grandmother is so caring. I want to be just like my grandmother. Like, what can I do to be like my grandmother?
Or you can see a trait in somebody that you really can't stand. Like, I might say, my dad was never there for me, which is actually true, but I'll talk about that in the next video. My dad, he was never there for me, and you know what? Fuck that nigga. I never want to be like that nigga. When I bring a kid into the world, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna create a house and home for my children, and I'm gonna make sure that they know how much they mean to me. You do learn so much from other people. It's actually crazy about yourself, and you need to understand that some people, horrible or great, are put in your life for a reason to show you. Stop trying to change shit about yourself to make yourself more appealing to the next person, because that makes you fake.
That makes you fake.
That makes you fake.
You know who you are, you know what you stand for. Go into the world and honor that, because if you're being fake and you're acting like something you're not, you're gonna attract people who are people that you don't want to be around. And I am so guilty of this, you guys. I've gone out before and I've ignored my own personal values and beliefs just because I wanted to hang out with a certain group of people. I would ignore certain things that they did because I don't fucking know. Because I would ignore those things and let them slide, I was attracting more and more and more people doing things that I don't necessarily agree with. And who you hang around, you become. So if you're constantly faking the funk with people, you're gonna attract people who aren't necessarily people that you need in your life, because you're pretending to be this person when you're actually this person. And like, if you were just yourself, you would attract people who serve you better. So I'm just saying, don't change who you are just so that you can fit in with a certain group of people. Don't change who you are for nobody. So the next thing I'm gonna say is
set goals.
Even if they're small goals, even if it's a goal as simple as getting up every day and making your bed in the morning. That's actually one of my 2019 goals, because I never made my bed and my room would just look like a pig pen because my bed was unmade. And I realized that by making my bed in the morning, when I come home from school and work and I get to crawl into a freshly made bed, like, do you know how good that feels? And on top of that, it makes my room look so much cleaner. So my goal for 2019 was to start making my bed every single morning, no matter what, and I've stuck to the goal, and I feel pretty damn good about myself. Like, can I be real here? Even if it's just as small as making your bed, or as big as becoming a doctor, a lawyer, a YouTube influencer, set goals and figure out what steps you need to take to get to those goals and reach those goals. When you start to become the person you know you're capable of being, that's when you're going to be the most confident. Like, let me tell you, there's things that I've achieved in the last couple of years that I never thought I'd achieve in my entire life. If you told me that I'd be sitting here in Toronto, that I'd be starting my own business, that I would have done all the things I've done in the past year, like, holy shit, I would have never believed you. So setting goals and reaching those goals, and even exceeding those goals if you can, like, that's gonna make you feel pretty good about yourself. And trust me, there's no better feeling than reaching and crushing your goals. So yeah, I think that's really all I need to say. I did write things down. I will talk to you guys for 60 minutes without stopping if I can, so I need to kind of keep it like on the, you know. Okay. I think that's pretty much everything I have to say on confidence, at least for now. I probably left something out, but I think we touched on some very important key factors of confidence today. I've realized that in 2019, my vision for my channel is to come on here and share more about myself with you guys. I can sit here and do a makeup tutorial and you guys don't really learn a lot about me, but if I sit here and talk to you about confidence or tell you a story about my own life experience, I feel like that is me speaking life into you. I really wanted to make this video starting off the new year because I feel like confidence is so important when going into your day-to-day life, and once you start learning how to believe in yourself, believe me, doors are going to fly open so quick. I feel like once I started becoming more confident in myself, which it took some time, I'm even still working on myself. I've been somebody who's put people down to make myself feel better. I've been in that boat. Like, I've been a hater, and I realized that not only does that make me look like shit, does that make me look bad, I realized that that's not the person that I want to be. Yes, I've been insecure. I'm young, like I'm only 22 now, and every day is a learning lesson. So I just want to be able to grow past the person that I've been in the past and the person that I once was, and I feel like I'm doing that. I'm taking all the steps I need to do that, and I just want to share with you guys some of the things I've done to get there and some tips and tricks on how to be a better and more confident you. So thank you guys for tuning into my video. I hope you can see all my confidence through my blue eyeshadow. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a huge thumbs up if you want more. I don't know, like, what is this called? Motivational speaking? If you want more, I don't know, if you want more life advice, give me a thumbs up. Comment down below on some other topics that you might want me to talk about. A lot of people ask me for like relationship advice, but baby girl, I have not been in a relationship in 3 years. I might make a video about how to be single. I think I'm more qualified to be doing that. I do think I'm qualified to be making a confidence video because I come from a place of insecurity and I've been able to grow past that and manifest a new me. So anyways guys, I hope you like this video and I will see you guys in my next video. Just like didn't even do my hair because I didn't know what to do with it. Like, holy shit. Oh my god. Does it look better if I... No, it doesn't. Sexy bronchitis.